What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, we have another episode of the series Loot from 100 Runs, a series that I've been doing for multiple years now. I pretty much pick a dungeon, I farm that dungeon 100 times, and then I save everything of value or anything that might be interesting to show. And then I make these videos where I show you guys what I received from farming the dungeon 100 times, and we take a look at how much gold I made. So in today's video, we have the Iron Docks, which is a super underestimated dungeon. I think it's a really good dungeon, and we're going to walk through why exactly that is in just a bit. Firstly, though, I do want to say a big thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide, which yesterday or a couple of days ago, I sent out the first War Within update featuring a bunch of gold farms or potential gold farms that I found on the beta and alpha for the War Within. So if you already have the gold guide, you should have already received that in your on your email. If you don't have the gold guide, you can pick it up for 50% off using the discount code STUDENT. And just know that all of these updates that I'm doing are completely free for life. So even the expansion after the War Within, I'm going to update the exact same gold guide and send that updated version to your email. And then, of course, we also have the VIP Discord, which has been getting a lot of love lately, which I super appreciate. It's pretty much like a Patreon where you support me as a content creator, but everything happens on Discord instead. So you get to watch all my YouTube videos before they're made public on YouTube, but you also get access to a bunch of exclusive content that's only on that Discord, such as spreadsheets, gold making tips, investments for the War Within, and much more. But that's also linked in the description. So the reason why you want to farm the Iron Docks is many. Now, when it comes to the big ticket items, some of the items that you're going to be after is the epic world drop items, such as the Ashila's belt. It's a unique belt that tends to do well, 200,000 gold market value. I've sold a bunch of them in the past. And then another reason is the Blackrock Bulwark, which is that shield that looks pretty much like the one in Black Temple. Besides, this one is like an HD upgrade of that. Different color scheme. Has also different item ID, so all the collectors would need to get both of them if they want to like get every single Mog in the game. Those are the big ticket items, but there's also a ton of other reasons to why you should farm Iron Docks, which you will see when we take a look at my loot. Firstly, though, I want to show you guys how I run the dungeon, because I always get that question. And Iron Docks is a pretty straightforward dungeon. First of all, you want to run it on normal mode, because if you do it on heroic, you're going to be saved to the dungeon after killing a boss, and you don't want that. You want to do 10 runs, and then you're going to get dungeon locked out. That's going to take you like 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the class that you play. Do you have a speed set and whatnot? And notice how I'm killing these mobs. Now, usually when I farm this, I would obviously loot these mobs as I kill, right? So I would kill these two mobs, then I would loot them. Then I would move over to the next pack of mobs, I would kill them, and then I would loot them. Like, the loot does not get sent automatically to your mail. The only exception is loot from bosses, so you want to constantly loot. The only reason why I'm not looting in this video is because I have loot from exactly 100 runs in my bags, and I don't really need gold. I just think it's fun to farm it. So yes, I could be missing out on some really big items in this one run, but I mean, what you don't know doesn't hurt you, right? So we're just gonna hope that there's no fancy loot on any of these bodies. Now, clearing out all of those mobs in this area, you want to move over to this part. Now, these two big guys actually have a loot table, while these other guys, these big guys right here, they don't seem to ever have a loot table. So you want to kill these packs of like these smaller mobs, loot those, while the big guys, as I said, they don't have any loot table, so there's no need to worry about looting them. Kill these, and it's very important to kill every single mob, because there's not that many mobs in the dungeon, so very important to loot all of them. Now, as I said, though, there's no alternative routes in this dungeon. It's not like you're farming Uldaman or BRD, so you can't really do anything wrong. The only thing that I do recommend you guys is that you skip the last two bosses. It's just the RP segment is not worth your time. The only thing that matters is min-maxing your time farming, so you care about killing the most amount of mobs per hour, right? And by killing the last two bosses, your mob kill count per hour goes down drastically. So it's better to finish the runs faster and then do something else with your time to make gold rather than waiting on those two last bosses. So I pretty much just clear out the docks right here and the last pack ahead of the second last boss, and then I just port out, reset the dungeon. Once I've reset the dungeon, I can run back in again, rinse and repeat. Very simple farm. The mobs are like level 40, so you can do it on any class, even if you have an old school speed set. No biggie. So this right here is the last pack where I will use my, since I'm a druid, use my Dreamwalk to port into the Dream Grove, reset the dungeon, then use Dreamwalk to get back, and I'm going to be just outside the dungeon with a fresh run to run. Now, the next part that we're going to talk about, though, is how much gold did I make and what items did I receive, right? And that is the interesting part. Now, I've done this many times, and the gold per hour always varies because it is RNG like most thing in the game. So sometimes you're going to make an average of 50,000 gold, sometimes over 150,000 gold. These are the items that I decided to keep. Now, one important thing is the auction house parts. Now, in order to collect these auction house parts are specifically from dungeons and raids, and then there's different ones in different zones in WoD. But in order to obtain these, you need to have the trading post level 2 in your garrison. And it really adds up because these are the completed modules if you have the 3 different parts that drops in the dungeon. And one of these bad boys have a market value of 18k. A more realistic price, though, is looking at the region sales average at 8.5k. But I got 7 of these, so that really does add up. When talking 8,000 gold, over 8,000 gold each on these bad boys, it really matters in the long run. So highly request you guys to run this on a tune that has trading post level 2, or to obtain the trading post level 2 on your farming tune. Now, we're going to take a look at green items because there's a lot of good green items in Iron Docks, and this is what you want to be very careful about because there's also a lot of bad green items. Now, the good green items are green items that has no shared appearances or very few shared appearances. So in order to tell if an item has a shared appearances or not, the easiest way that I like is by having the add-on All the Things. If you have the add-on All the Things, you can simply hover above an item, and you can see how this item only says the vine wrap, the broadaxe of the Aurora. There's no other item underneath the sell price in the middle of this frame. While if you look at something like this blue item, you can see this an epic cloak and then another cloak as well. So that's 2 shared appearances plus the one that you have on you in the bag. So something like this axe, it's a unique item, not the best price, but it's unique, meaning that the collectors have to buy this one if they want that appearance. Same thing with this shield. It has 1 more shared appearance, but shields typically do really well, so I decided to keep it. Same thing with this shield right here, unique appearance. They always sell, typically sell fast. This fist weapon right here, also a unique weapon. This one does have a shared appearance, but this is the only appearance that's tradable that can go on the auction house, so still worth keeping. Same thing with this sword, it's unique. This staff is unique. This gun is not unique, but I've had really good luck with these guns in the past, so I decided to keep these ones. Also, some of the shared appearances are quite difficult to obtain. Another gun right here, this one only shares the appearance with the Talador hunting rifle. Another staff, once again, it's a unique staff. These crossbows are also unique. This bow is really good sell rate, even though they're not unique. I tend to sell lots of these, so definitely keeping that. Then I have another shield. Once again, it's a unique shield. Insane sell rate on this bad boy. And then we have this broadaxe. Again, it's a unique. This staff, 1 shared appearance. I don't mind. They typically sell, so I'm keeping it. Blue items and epic items are also very good. Now, I decided to keep all my blue items, even though a lot of them are really bad. Like this one, too many shared appearances. This one is really good. It's a sword, no shared appearances. And every time you have an item with no shared appearances, it's going to sell. It's just a matter of time. This cloak, relatively bad. Helmet, too many shared appearances. Legs with too many shared appearances. Again, too many shared appearances. This one, really good. This staff right here, no shared appearances. Insane value in my realm. The same thing with this two-handed axe. The tiger sword on a stick. It's, again, no shared appearances. Got 2 of those. And then I also got 1 Adranic Tree Cleaver. No shared appearances on this bad boy, besides from the Cloud Splitter Great Staff. But really good weapon. Sold a bunch of these in the past. Now, this was a fairly unlucky 100 runs, because I did get 2 epics. But it was 1 ring, and then it was the Heimol Magi Scarf, which is an okay item, but it's just so many other good epic items. So using the add-on called Bag Appraiser, which literally takes everything in my bags and the market value or the buyout price on my realm into consideration, you can see that I have 1,659,000 gold of value in my bags. That's the current price on my realm. I can switch this one to something like the market value, for instance, and it's going to pop up as 1.2 million gold. So right now, mainly due to the Chain of Command being super high in value, it's going to be a bit lower, like the average market value in my realm compared to the current price on my realm. But regardless, we're still talking over 100,000 gold an hour of market value from doing Iron Docks 100 times. So definitely still a very good dungeon to do. If you guys got any suggestions on what my next dungeon should be, let me know down below in the comment section. Of course, don't forget to check out the VIP Discord together with the 0 to 10 million gold guide, linked in the description down below. With that being said though, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye bye.